I was,
Put the actual mic on the outside.
oh my God.
So, name, location, debut year.
Name, work name and shoot name, both Nathan Gust. Weird. Location, I do actually reside in Hill of the Dead, Wisconsin. 2006.
2006?
Wow. Five. I forgot about my leg.
Yeah.
I quick tripped that too.
Where did you train and by who?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. So in 2006, I answered an ad on MySpace, and I showed up in a garage in Appleton not knowing what pro wrestling was. I mean, I knew. I watched it. I was a fan of it. But I showed up in this dude's garage, and it was the day before my 19th birthday. And there was a handmade ring in their garage. And it was gross. And it was not a pro wrestling ring. But that sure was pro wrestling training, or what I thought pro wrestling training was. I was trained by Bizzo Blaze. Yeah. So no, I initially got started not being trained at all. I was a yarder in a garage. So I won't dance around that question. It happened. I can't change it. You gotta get that sweet Cody Rhodes tattoo on your neck.
Yeah.
It's gross.
And I saw a fundraiser to get it removed, up to $25.
It's what we knew pro wrestling was at the time. Of course, when I got smarter and met Shane Hills and Colucci and Jay Cash and Matt Winchester, I owe so much to him. Cavalcade of trainers. I was not officially trained by anyone. Dylan's one of them. 14 years later, I feel remorse for not officially going through a camp because I've seen how hard it is for them, and I mean, it's too late for me now. I physically can't do the things that they're doing, but that regret for not doing things the right way is why I still push myself harder to do the things I probably shouldn't be doing, like ring crew. I get yelled at every single time I pick up a board, a beam, a post, anything, because this many years in, some of them legitimate, I shouldn't be. I made myself a martyr because I feel so bad about not going through the official steps, the official channels, paying $1,500. Do you know how much I paid to be trained to be a pro wrestler? $0. So I feel terrible about that every single time I'm near a wrestling ring. Every time.
My tattoo was done for $15 in a smoke-filled upstairs apartment while the Expendables was on a static ETV that I can kind of watch because the reception was terrible. And apparently it bled like a stuffed pig.
Well, yeah. I love ring crew. That's my favorite job. Favorite job.
You are always here like the day before setting up and
Yeah.
stuff, so.
Also like to show off when two guys are grabbing one beam and I'm like, 14 years in, I'm gonna put a beam on my shoulder. My surgically repaired shoulder that I certainly will get yelled at by my darling wife for carrying on my shoulder.
Do you believe that's one of the reasons why, I know you're a big supporter of ACW Training Academy. You train in there, you train the kids coming up. Is that one of the reasons you do that?
It is, and the first 3 years I was more involved before I was promoted at Quick Trip. It was nice being a hand to help Binder and to help Dylan. I was there as a soundboard, as a bump dummy. I was there to give a perspective from outside of the two of them because they argue all the time. So it was nice having someone outside of that main tag team of trainers. Yeah, pop that top.
There we go.
Oh yeah. I don't get it. Are you a gamer?
No, I hate video games.
Hate video
They're
games.
corrupting the youth.
You're a board gamer.
Yes.
I don't think that Binder or Dylan realized that in those, really the 5 years that the camp's been running, I've been learning from them. They haven't caught on to that. They will now, and I've just felt really weird about thanking them for allowing me to train with these guys, with the A-Class, with the Wild and Randy, Bogger, Big Mike. I was trained along with them.
I got something and I saw it. I'm like, I gotta get this because. Oh no way! Yeah.
That's what you had pointed out.
Tell us about your first match.
So in Bizzo's garage, I was known as Lightbeard because as a freshly 19-year-old boy, I wasn't able to grow a beard. One half of the pirates who don't do anything, which more so is because we just weren't trained and we didn't know how to do anything. For some reason, our first match was a ladder match against Tim and Mikey Mecca. They ran weekly shows every Saturday. So the 2 weeks prior, we set it up, and so that third week was the match. Don't know why it happened, but that was the first and last match of the Pirates Who Don't Do Anything. My partner, Conan the Pirate, was like 6'5", and I don't remember how exactly it happened, but he got it wasn't a chair shot. I swear it was just he had a chair sabooed at him, and being an untrained child, he didn't know how to protect himself. So one concussion, he was out of the business. The garage business.
Yeah.
So one and done. First and only match of the Pirates Who Don't Do Anything. And we won.
So when you're ready.
The whole book.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, all that's gold.
Man.
So you are, at least I know, involved with. I'm not sure if you were the brainchild, this core, involved with a promotion called Now That's What I Call Pro Wrestling.
It just like we were slowly becoming legitimate. Not really legitimate. I don't know how to put that. At its core, it was still indoor yarding, but by then, majority of us were trained. We were bringing in Dream Police, Aries Toretto, formerly of NWA Wisconsin, and like 6 months in, we started a group of us, me, Smash, Tyler Jackson, Dave, who else? Bobby Patterson. We started getting booked in UPW, and that started to take its toll on our ability to run now. Yeah, now then was just us just trying to be in Indy Fed. It didn't really turn into the now of legend until Ruthie got involved and we moved to Saucy's, where we did the dumbest things imaginable. And I realize now I have all 3 trilogies.
Oh, yeah.
Dooku's lightsaber.
Yep.
We did it.
Nice.
We completed it.
Now we just gotta fill it in.
Yeah. Now I just need like Mandalorian somewhere. Invisible steel cages. TJ reffing in his boxers. We were still just doing it to have fun while we were all working everywhere in the state, everywhere in the Midwest. But we were also creating. That's where the real Brock Hall became Brock Hall. Devin Nash, the whole thing of him being a midget, being Kevin Nash, came from there. I created so many cool things there, and I miss it every day. Everything I think is like, man, we're gonna have Steve Sadist paint his face yellow with black stripes, and he's gonna stand on the roof of the bar and point a bat, and he's gonna be Stong. Because at the time we had the No World Order, right? So Stong was gonna have to feud with the No World Order. And Steve was into it. He was gonna come down and paint his face and stand on the roof of the bar and point a bat. I like every time you pop up, like you have a random like half day. I'm like, oh God, I'm at work right now. Why is this happening?
I'm leaving. Why?
Hold on, I'm the boss. I have a thing that I have to go
I have
do.
a doctor's appointment. I gotta go see
sick.
Dr. Mertzi. Give it 10 years with as many people as call this therapy.
Sierra asks, she wants to know where your ideas come from. What is your creative spark? How do you get going behind the curtain?
My brain is weird, and the ideas come to me at the strangest times. It used to be while cleaning the car wash at work. Now, and I've already been given crap for it, crap, pun intended, I go in the bathroom, and I sit down on the toilet, and I take a dump. And somehow, my brain is so messed up that that's when I think, man, you know what would be a cool spot in a wrestling match? You know what would be a cool match that I can pitch for ACW? That's where it happens. It's right there. It's sitting on a toilet with 2 heat lamps on and a heated floor.
Huh.
which does not affect the smell. That's what somebody had given me crap for.
I would assume it does.
It doesn't at all.
I almost had a baboon. Full size baboon. I mean, the mount was as big as those 3 windows put together.
Oh, wow.
And if he would have been standing rather than on all fours, I would have taken him. It was $750.
Mickey, being
Yes.
your wife, you guys renewed your vows before a wrestling show once, I recall.
We did.
Whose idea and what happened before and after and everything?
It was Stadium Mania on our 6th wedding anniversary. So our 6th wedding anniversary, she had no idea that this was happening. Ruthie is an ordained minister. I had done his wedding. So I talked to him about it. He's like, yeah, let's do it. Jordy Lee. Jordy and Ruthie are the godfathers of our daughter Jordan, obviously named after Jordy. Ruthie and I were standing in the ring. We had planned it all out. Mickey was in the back doing something, helping somebody, or whatever it was. And Jordy brought her out. She had no idea what was happening. And all she sees is me and Ruthie standing in the middle of the ring. Then she figured it out.
Oh yeah, awesome. My mom and dad got that for the shop when it opened up. They had some girls' weekend somewhere, and there was a place there that made them.
So a ceremony with literally just whoever was hanging out in the building had no idea, except for me, Jordy, and Ruthie. And we sure renewed our vows right there. Kind of as a compensation for doing Stadium Mania on our wedding anniversary. So, my bad.
How did becoming involved with ACW come about?
Luck. I don't think, when did ACW start? 2013? I somehow just lucked into it. I was on the first ACW show. I've been on 99.2% of every ACW show. I'm really lucky to be here. I was just a hand. I was just a, ring crew, throw me in the opening match, that kind of thing. And then, the next year I think is when they started camp, and I started doing a lot more. 2014, Jordan was born, and I started doing less in wrestling, and somehow started doing more with ACW. Started picking up doing the posters, started doing the website, the PayPal, the everything. Snowballed. And now this is my primary focus in wrestling, and I've never made more money in my life in wrestling, which is kind of cool. We don't all have the same goals. My goal is just to hang out with my friends, put on a good show, and go home, and then go to work at 4 in the morning. It'd be really cool if in 20 years nobody remembers me at all. I know that's a weird legacy to leave behind, but I didn't tip the scale. I didn't make it big. I didn't get on anybody's radar. I didn't have any 5-star matches. I didn't sell out a house. But that's okay, and I won't feel any remorse for that. The typical answer, like from Colucci, was, leave the business better than when you got in it. And he does that, and he lives that. I just want to leave the business. I know that I can't by myself change it one way or the other, but at least with the ACW Training Academy, I just try to set a better example than some of the roster does, outside of just looking good and bumping well. There's so much more to it that they can be involved with, that they can do to make this company. I speak specifically about this company because it's the only one that matters to me. That they could do to make this company better, which in turn makes the area better, makes the business better. Yeah, my legacy doesn't matter. I would hope that in 20 years, 20 years from now, I'll be 53. Yeah, I hope nobody remembers me. I hope nobody has YouTube. I hope nobody is able to watch the stupid things that I've done, aside from that money face video that I filmed in my house. But yeah, we gotta let that live on forever. So ACW's legacy, cool. Nathan's legacy, nah. Hi, I'm Raging Dead, and you're watching Botchamania. Is that the wrong show? Man, I was on Botchamania once, it was real cool. Hey, I'm Nathan Gust. You may know me from such films as haven't been in any film. I think I was on public access in Indiana once. I'm really okay if you don't follow me on any social medias. I mean, I'm on them, you can find me, it's cool. But really, I want you to check out acwwisconsin.com because Water City Wrestling Con is coming up. It's gonna be real dope. And when I say dope, I mean Shaggy 2 dope because ICP is gonna be in the building. Whoop, whoop. Also, I'm wearing this badass shirt right here for Silver Tuna Tattoos and Piercing in Appleton, Wisconsin. Go check out the Mertzies. They're gonna be great. They're gonna take good care of you. Man, I'm really aiming for Botchamania. Now, that's all I got. I love you.